Hey, hey, welcome to my small independent bookstore. How can I help you? Do you want to start getting into reading? That's nice. Do you want me to recommend you some stuff? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can totally do that. So tell me, what kinds of books are you interested in? Yeah, I mean, what genres would you like to read? For example, do you want to do like something about crime, some thrillers, spooky stuff, horror, or fantasy, romance? Okay. So you're not quite sure, but you think you like fantasy stuff? Yeah. Do you have something against romance in fantasy stories? You don't. Okay, but it's not a must. No. Okay. Let me think. Okay. Anything else? Is there anything else that's important to you, or because if there is anything else that you find important when reading a book, tell me so that I can find the perfect recommendations for you. Okay. If there's nothing else, then give me a second. I'm gonna go through and see what I can find. Okay. Let's see. Let's start with a classic. Frankenstein. Okay. By Mary Shelley. I think you already know what's it about. I think it's nice. It's a classic, but it's not like reading Shakespeare, it's more like in the mystical fantasy horror spooky genre than some other classics. But of course, reading does not have to mean that you are required to read anything in particular. You don't have to read classics to call yourself a bookworm, Yeah. So, but maybe a classic, but maybe something more like up to date. This is The Cruel Prince. This is the German title, but we do have it in English as well. It's The Cruel Prince. It's about Faye. It's about there's this girl that lost her parents. Okay, they were unalived, and she gets taken to the Fae, and this book has some slight romance in it, but it's definitely not smutty. Okay, so this would be a nice recommendation. I haven't read it myself yet, but this is on my TBR for this year, so this could be interesting. I have heard a lot of good stuff about it. Don't you just love the smell of a book? You just smell it. Doesn't it smell so nice? Okay, I'm getting distracted. Let's see what else I can find. Okay, another classic in the fantasy genre is The Hobbit. So if you want to start reading and you are interested in fantasy, you may like to read Tolkien universe stuff, and I would recommend starting with The Hobbit. It is first of all a smaller story. For example, let's compare it to Lord of the Rings. Okay, this is the whole trilogy. It was originally supposed to be one book, so Lord of the Rings. Okay, The Hobbit. difference. Also, this book is not only huge, massive, but the pages could be compared to like the ones in the Bible. They're really, really, really like thin. Okay, but also a good pick. But it is high fantasy, so it's not that easy. If you are new to fantasy and reading, it's not that easy to start with something high fantasy. It might be for you, but usually not that easy to get through, because it's not always action packed. It's not always like there's a lot of world building in it, and you know, setting the scene, and you know, but it's nice. And if you are into like Tolkien universe, you liked, you know, the basic story, you love the films and stuff, and you are a bit like you started reading for like a year or something, and then I would say you could be ready for this one. But this is way easier to read. So if you want to start with Tolkien stuff, this is what I would recommend, because it's way easier to read. It's shorter, so it's not that intimidating, because huge books are intimidating. They are for me, and that's okay, because they're huge and heavy, you know. So I would recommend this, and if you are, you know, warming up with reading, you can continue with this one. But there's more to show you. Give me a second. Another newer story, and also a very popular one right now, is The Kingdom of the Wicked. This is a trilogy. The Cruel Prince one is also a trilogy. And this is about, so the first book starts with two witches, sisters, and they're called Emilia and Vittoria. And Emilia's sister Vittoria gets brutally unalived, and she wants to solve like her murder, and accidentally summons a prince of the hell. So it's about demons, it's about witches, it's about revenge and mystery, and also a bit of romance. But the first one just a small bit romance. The second one gets spicier though. So just so you know, it's a really, really lovely story. It's easily written. You can you know, the way that the author is writing is very flowy, you know, maybe a bit easier to start with the genre, but I would recommend. I loved it. I really loved it. I also have something else from this author that I want to show you that you could like as well. It's not quite, I'm just showing you. Give me a second. So those are also by the same author. I'm currently reading this one. This is the second one, and this is the first one. So as you can see, it's about Jack the Ripper, this one, and it's a mystery. It's about a woman in the Victorian London, like 1888, when the Jack the Ripper actually existed. And this woman is ahead of her time. She's not very interested in being as the social conventions want her to be, you know. And she gets involved with the murders, and she is determined to solve them, because one of the victims worked in her house, so she's wealthy. She's from a wealthy family, and it also has a smidge of romance, because there's a side character that is that gives like Sherlock Holmes vibes, but not like he's not trying to be Sherlock Holmes, but he's like very intelligent, and you know, it's just seeing things, just knowing stuff by the appearance of people and stuff. It's very lovely. I loved to read it. It's historical, it's mystery, a strong female protagonist. Really like this one. If you want to start lightly, also not that big of a book. It has like around 400 and something pages, so it's not that long, and it's not quite fantasy, of course, so there's no like dragons and vampires and stuff in it, but as I said, the author writes like, it's easy to read how she writes, and it also sounds nice. You can get through the book without like stumbling, you know. So also very nice, very nice, very nice. And we have two. This will be a 4-book series. Currently we have 2 of those in stock. So also a good pick if you ask me. But I have some more, because just let me get them. So if you are like interested in Greek mythology, I have 2 book recommendations for you. So also a book that is very popular. I don't know if you use TikTok or not, but on TikTok, you know, there's that bookish site, BookTok, that like where people talk about readings and books and what they like and what they love and what they hate. And this is one of those books that are very hyped on BookTok. So this is Song of Achilles. Okay. And this is basically a retelling of the story of Achilles. It's also queer, which we love. And I haven't read this, but this is also on my TBR. I really want to get to it. So, Greek mythology, first thing I would recommend. Also, we have Stoneblind by Natalie Haynes. Haynes. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but it's a Medusa retelling. Medusa is also a very interesting figure in Greek mythology, if you ask me. Also tragic. Okay. Maybe before you read this, you know, check her like basic story, you know, in mythology, to see if you want to read her story. But I'm very interested in it, and let's be honest, isn't this book beautiful? Like this art and like the way it's like, and it's shiny and so pretty. Very pretty. I love it when books are pretty. Also this one is really pretty. Look at that. Look. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. Oh, also by the same author. We don't have it in stock right now, but I saw some advertisement in the back of this book. Yeah, there it is. I don't know how to pronounce her. Circe? I don't know. But also Greek retelling, okay? Of Circe? I don't know. So this author has 2 Greek mythology retellings. If you love this one, you can read Circe. I don't know. How do you pronounce Greek names? I don't know. Yeah, so she has 2 books about Greek mythology that I know of. So if you liked this one, you could like go right to the next one. but they're not like interconnected or something. There's different, it's two different like stories. So as I said, 2 books about Greek mythology, if you are into that. Another one. We are not done with the Greek mythology yet, but this one is just tales of the Greek heroes. So this is the Greek mythology. Let's see which ones are in here. Also, the book is so pretty, isn't this gorgeous? Like, and doesn't it sound so nice? Listen. Listen. Look at this book. It's so gorgeous. Look. Gorgeous. Okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted. I wanted to tell you who's in here. Whose stories you can read about in this book. So let's see. We have Hermes and Apollo, Prometheus, Zeus. We have Dionysus. We have Perseus, Heracles. You know, some of them. Some of the Greek myths are in there. I think the big ones, if you will, are in here. Also a gorgeous book. So if you want to first like learn stuff about Greek mythology before you start with the retellings, which is what I'm doing right now, you could also get this one. Okay. So also an option. Let's see what else I can find. I almost forgot about the probably one of the most hyped fantasy series on whole TikTok. Like, people are going like crazy about this, and I am currently also starting to read this. It's a Court of Thorns and Roses. It's the first one. I think there's five or six books in this series. It's also, touch it, like it feels like rubber. Just touch it. See? Kind of feels weird. Anyway, so the books of Sarah J. Maas are incredibly hyped on TikTok right now. And I'm saying right now because I just also myself just started like back into reading more again, and like using TikTok as a source to like get some recommendations. But it's also very hard because people are only recommending like Fourth Wing and A Court of Thorns and Roses, like ACOTAR, the series. So I'm currently reading this one also, and people say that it is a easy start into fantasy, so maybe this is also something for you. But also something to keep in mind that I heard a lot about is people say the first book is not that good, and the series only starts to get good with like the second book, like A Court of Mist and Fury, I think is it called. It's the green one. So I don't know if this should be the first book you read to get into reading, if this isn't that good, like, you know. But most series actually do have the thing that the first book is not that good as the second book is. I don't know why. I think authors also like learn, you know, while writing how to write and stuff, and learn how to like write things better and stuff. I don't know. So, but people say good start into reading fantasy. I'm rambling and babbling. I don't know if any of the things I say make sense, but A Court of Thorns and Roses, also an option. So, let's see if I find something else, and I have one last thing. So, this is just an example. So there's a series of Disney retellings out there. I currently only have the Beauty and the Beast retelling in stock, and this in particular is about what if Belle's mother was the one who cursed the beast. And there are a lot of like what ifs out there, and also like the what ifs are one series, and then there are villain series, so the villains get their own like backstory, what if kind of story-ish thingy. So if you're interested in like Disney stuff, you know, also very easy to read in my opinion. I read this year, I think in summer time, I think, and I really liked this one. It was easy to read. It's not that like not written as a literary masterpiece. It's just a quirky little what if story about Beauty and the Beast, and I loved it because Beauty and the Beast was actually my favorite Disney movie. So I loved this, and what I didn't expect, like throughout the whole book, like about like here, this whole thing was very innocent and cute and like a nice retelling, you know. And then this part got really dark for some reason. So there's something to keep in mind. It's not like horrifying or something, but it is kind of dark. But it is still a young adult book, so also would recommend this if you love Disney themed stuff. So could any of the books that I tried to recommend to you catch your interest? Yeah. Okay, let me get what you just said that you wanted. So you want the Medusa retelling, right? But you also want the tales, the Greek tales. Yeah. Good choice. Anything else? You want to try it? Yeah. If you like this one, just come back. I will order those the rest of the series in soon so that we have it in stock. So after you finish that, you'll probably find the rest of the series here with us. Anything else, or you're thinking about getting the Disney one? You know, I liked it. It's easy to read, you know, and sometimes it's all you need, you know. Sometimes not a difficult, hard to read lyrical stories. Sometimes it's just a quirky little story about, you know, the Beauty and the Beast. You want it? Okay. Let me get that. Okay. So let me quickly. So is this all you want? Yeah. Okay. Let me quickly get the prices of everything. Let me quickly. Yeah. Okay. Voila. Okay, and this one. Okay, so take your books first. Okay, let me quickly calculate. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, your total is 55.40. Will you pay cash or card? Okay, no problem. Thank you so much. Here's your change money. I wish you a lot of fun with those books. If you read them and you come back for more, because it's addicting and you probably will, tell me how you liked it, okay? Okay, have a lot of fun reading. I hope to see you soon.